Today I found 5 ocean animals that might seem cute and innocent at first glance, but they're all complete and utter batshit crazy psychopaths. First up, we have the dolphin. Now, these intelligent, playful and graceful sea angels might look cute and innocent, and most people probably think they are. But behind that permanent, rather disturbing grin is pure, unholy madness. Bottlenose dolphins have been observed straight up beating the shit out of porpoises, and not for food. Literally just for sport. They'll beat them, ram them at high speeds, and toss their bodies around like flipping rag dolls, then swim off like nothing happened. Now let's talk mating. Now here I have to be rather careful as YouTube... Anyways, male dolphins will form pretty large gangs, and when they find a female, well, you can probably guess the rest. And if you can't, then you're probably not old enough to understand it anyway. Even more disturbing is that these gang meetings can sometimes last for weeks. Dolphins are also known to be complete substance abusers. You see, at some point in time, the dolphins learned that if they gently chew on blowfish, it will release just enough neurotoxin to go on a trip to wherever they want. And they'll even pass around this puffer like it's a gosh darn joint.
Nice.
What I personally find the most disturbing about all of this is the fact that these dolphins are so incredibly intelligent that they pretty much have to know just a little bit how bad some of these actions are. But that's just some speculation on my side. Now, before we continue, these videos actually take a lot of time and effort to make, so it would mean the world to me if you could leave a like on the video, as well as maybe commenting your thoughts down below at the end. It truly does help out a lot with the algorithm. Anyways, thanks in advance. Next, we have the orcas. You know how they call them killer whales? Well, that's not a nickname. It's literally their job title. Orcas are apex predators with 0 natural enemies and 0 regard for anything with a pulse. They've got brains, brawn, and a personal vendetta against peace. These guys aren't just strong, they're incredibly smart and strategic. Great white sharks are probably one of the most feared animals in the sea, but orcas treat them like hecking toys. They've even figured out that if you flip a shark upside down, it enters a tonic immobility trance. They also mess with seals, not just to kill, but to entertain themselves. They'll knock seals off ice floes, play catch with them, and yeet them into the heckin' stratosphere. Although this behavior does have some validity to it, as it's thought to show the young ones how it's done, but even lone sigma orcas do it, which means they might just be out here recreationally punting seals for absolutely no reason at all. No humans have ever been actually attacked by these maniacs, almost like they've read history and decided to leave us revengeful land apes alone. But lately, they've actually broken the unspoken human-whale treaty and started beef with gosh darn boats. And this is not random attacks. It's definitely on purpose. A pod near Spain figured out how to disable rudders by ramming them repeatedly. And what's even more scary is that other pods started copying them. So now we've pretty much got several coordinated orca gangs out there, sinking yachts like it's a hecking turf war. So these orcas don't just not give a they know exactly what they're doing. And I'm positive they're enjoying every second of it. But what these crackheads do to whales is on another level of cruelty. You see, just like with the sharks, where they only target the liver, it's not just because it's the most nutritious part of their body, it's also because it's the softest. And for an orca, without any dental insurance whatsoever, it is crucial to avoid wearing down their teeth by eating hard, rough food items. So with large whales, they'll tire them out, following them for hours and ramming into them like the whale owes them money. Then eventually, they'll literally dive into the whale's mouth to rip out and eat the tongue. And that's all they take. They'll leave the rest of the whale behind like they just raided the fridge for a gosh darn midnight snack. No cleanup, no guilt, just pure gluttony. Next, we got every penguin's worst nightmare, namely the leopard seal. This thing is pretty much a meat blender with eyes and acts like a precision-built penguin assassin. These things are fast, cold, and brutal. And if you're a penguin, this is your final boss. They stalk, waiting at ice edges in perfect silence, then launching out like a torpedo when any penguin is caught lacking. And when they catch something, it gets real messy. They thrash their food side to side in the water to tear it apart. Their jaws are built for ripping, not nibbling. Some leopard seals have even been observed playing with live prey, but it's not really for amusement. It's likely hunting practice, or just the grim reality of taking apart something tough when you don't have arms or claws. Now, unlike the first two, This aquatic bear actually has human blood on its flippers. You see, in 2003, a leopard seal unalived a marine biologist named Kirsty Brown during a dive in Antarctica. It grabbed her by the leg, dragged her underwater, and held her there until her oxygen supply ran out. But it's a reminder that these things aren't just dangerous to penguins, they're just dangerous, period. Next, we got the sea otter, which is arguably the most deceptive little in the entire animal kingdom. They got pretty much the whole human species fooled. They float around holding hands, looking all cute and fuzzy while cracking clams on their blasted tummies. But behind those large marble eyes is the soul of a demonic, furry little war criminal. These guys might not be as dangerous as the others mentioned so far, but they are by far the most perverse. Their acts are so heinous, I can barely talk about it on... Not only do they accidentally unalive their partner during overly enthusiastic mating attempts, but the soy boy otters, with no game at all, have been caught in 4K targeting hecking baby seals, and not for friendship, but for reasons I'm legally not allowed to describe in detail. Let's just say, in one case, the otter was observed staying with the expired baby seal's body for multiple days, like some sort of unholy, twisted, aquatic, necro-romantic situation. Anyways, when they're not doing serious crimes against biology, they're still cute, you know, if we ignore all that humongously sinister luggage. Lastly, we got the sperm whale. These deep-sea titans actually have the largest brain of any creature to ever exist, and they use it for one thing: all-out warfare in the darkest abyss. They dive over 6,000 feet into pitch-black ocean trenches where not even light reaches. And they pretty much only do it to throw hands with giant squidwards the size of school buses. No light, no backup, just pure underwater kaiju-level combat. And when they come back up, they're often covered in battle scars and suction cups, like they just fought Cthulhu and won. They even have aerial damage effects, as their sonar clicks are so loud, they can vibrate a diver's lungs and mess with your insides from dozens of meters away. Sperm whales are also massive. They weigh more than 50 tons and reach lengths of over 50 feet, with heads that make up a third of their body, and their teeth over 20 centimeters long, each one a biological dagger. Even orcas, the ocean's top bullies, tend to back off when they see a full-grown sperm whale roll up. They hunt in pods, they click like underwater snipers, and they've got scars from deep-sea brawls to prove it. If the ocean had a mafia, these guys would be the silent clicking enforcers, even sleeping. They look tremendously menacing. These deep-sea juggernauts sleep vertically, motionless in the water like eerie floating pillars. Anyways, last week's video was also a banger in my opinion, so I suggest you go watch it if you haven't already.